New introduction here. I want to get everybody's attention for what I feel will be a lucrative opportunity. It's the first ever NYSE marijuana IPO. We're making history here, and I feel this is just the first stepping stone in what is going to be the start of many IPOs on both the NASDAQ and the NYSE. I feel we're going to have a marijuana sector and marijuana ETFs in the future, and this is just step number one. If you are familiar with the industry, that's all I have to say. I know you're interested already. If this is new to you, this is going to be, in my opinion, the greatest financial opportunity in our lifetimes. This has never happened before. We have an established tens of billions dollar industry that the floodgates are going to open. It's becoming more and more legitimate legally, and this is just step number one. So Innovative Industrial Properties is the company. The ticker is IIPR. It is a real estate REIT that invests in medical marijuana facilities. And for this IPO, we have a new website, www.mjipo.com. I put together an hour of research video going through the filings, researching the company and the executives, and establishing a game plan, looking at some other IPOs and how they have traded. We're going to have a chat room with live Q&A during that day, Tuesday, November 22nd. And we'll also have the live webcam where I'll be showing our charts, going over, pointing out key support and resistance levels, looking at the volume that's coming in. I'm really looking forward to this opportunity. I hope you will join us. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get into the charts. Hello, friends. Checking in on the banking sector, which with the biotechs was the biggest beneficiary since the election in breakout mode. Look at the bull volume on the way up. Look at the bear volume on sideways consolidation. And the bulls are still very much in control. Look at the support that's being built. I'm looking at XLF here, the financial sector spider. That support is 2179, 80, 81. That is a very strong base of support at that level. We now have a lower high, 2224, the high of Friday. And if we see a break of 2179, we know further consolidation is coming. And if we see a break of 2233, we know higher highs are coming. So it's a pretty tight range. It's a very horizontal channel. The past few days, normal, healthy, bullish consolidation. If the S&P 500 gets all-time highs this coming week, it's about 0.5% away. It got very close on Monday, or on Friday, I should say, before pulling back. Then we would expect the biotechs and the banks to continue strong. If we see a little bit of a double top at the S&P 500 all-time high and consolidation to start next week, we can anticipate the biotech and the banking sector will consolidate as well. But that, in my opinion, will be viewed as a potential bullish entry opportunity. The weekly time frame for XLF shows that volume. And look at that. The first week was the highest volume that we have seen in over a year and a half. And even the second follow-up week was the highest volume, second highest volume week we've seen in a year and a half. So huge bull volume is pouring into this sector. And I think I read an article that $22.5 billion had poured into the stock market since the election, and a lot of that obviously going to the biotechs and the banks. So the upper Bollinger Band on the weekly time frame will be a key support going forward, as it will be on the daily. It'll be a key resistance to be keeping an eye on. And in terms of how to play this, there are multiple instruments. We've got FAZ, which is the 3 times financial bear. So if you're looking for a short-term pullback, if we see a break of 2179 in XLF, we can look for FAZ to see an oversold short-term bounce. But the trend is obviously with FAS, which is the 3 times bull. And look at what FAS did. On Friday, it hit a higher high. So it pulled back for 2 days, normal healthy consolidation on decreasing bear volume. And then we saw strength to end the week with a higher high. So even stronger than XLF, which doesn't have that higher high yet. So FAZ, to see a bounce, we need confirmation. This is a bullish reversal doji at the bottom of a downtrend after lots of red in a row and an oversold RSI. So the bulls need to break 25.35 on Monday and see a big green day, or just a regular green day will do, to confirm that bullish reversal candlestick, and we'll be looking up to 26.15. But again, short-term oversold bounce trade as the bulls are in full favor. You see FAZ here is hitting down to lower lows. The weekly chart is dumping, losing lower Bollinger Band support, about to be oversold on the weekly as well. Bearish MACD cross. All signs are pointing to the bulls in breakout mode. So key support here is 35.61 and 34.53 on FAS, the 3 times ETF bull. Weekly time frame, full-on breakout mode, highest price we've seen in a very long time, and we need to zoom out to find those next resistances. And looks like we hit all-time high for FAS this past week. So we are in blue sky breakout, and we'll see just how much momentum the bulls can continue to the upside. The RSI is not even above 70 yet, so we are certainly not overbought on the weekly time frame. And RSI on the daily time frame is above 70, so if we consolidate, we'll look to the 10-day moving average support and that 34.53 consolidation low. So BAC, individual name. This is one of the strongest out of the individual names, and we'll look at all the individual, not all of them, but we'll look at a few of them real quick here. So we can see that it did hit a higher high on Thursday. It's maintaining higher lows on this uptrend, and the bulls are still in full control. The moving averages are catching up because we broke out so swiftly. And the weekly time frame for BAC also seeing very strong moves. And we actually need to look at the monthly to zoom back because we're seeing the highest prices we've seen since the 2008 crash. So zooming back 10 years so we can get that in the picture, the next resistance levels. I'm looking at 22.27, the 200-month moving average resistance. And then we're looking up at 22.86. So the fact that we absolutely dumped in 2008 and didn't set a lot of resistance levels on the way down because of how quickly we dumped, that is leading to some ease of movement for the bulls to the upside. Bullish MAC decross on the monthly, breaking out on the monthly. So the bulls are in full control on BAC. Let's compare some other names on the daily time frame. JPM. Weaker, very obviously weaker. Pulling back, still strong, but building a base at $77 and not close to its high like BAC is. Let's look at WFC. It has been the weakest due to the scandal back a couple months ago. It consolidated and then the bulls showed up, so it is seeing a nice move. But if you compare WFC on the weekly time frame, a lot more work to do for the bulls because of that fundamental and news-driven setback by the bears. So look at a couple more here. We've got GS. GS is strong as well. We hit the higher high on Friday, although it is a bearish reversal inverted hammer. Bulls are still holding up. So for all these names, we're looking at the consolidation low, and most of them consolidated on Wednesday. So if we break that low, we're looking for further pullback. Still will likely be normal, healthy, bullish consolidation, but that low of consolidation is a key for the short-term direction. Last, we'll look at C. Bulls still in full control of C, higher lows each day, and holding strong. So the banks are all looking good. And again, S&P 500, watch for that blue sky breakout all-time high, as that should lift the banks further as well. I appreciate you watching. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you soon.